Hello, and welcome to Best Picture Brain Rot, a podcast where three friends count down to the 100th Oscars by watching every Best Picture winner in order.
Follow along as we give ourselves cinematic brain damage from the first winner, Wings, to whatever the Academy picks in 2028.
There are 83 weeks until the 100th Oscars, and today we are going to talk about The Lost Weekend. Surprises, disappointments, hot takes, and plenty of brain rot.
We are your hosts, Adam,
Sarah,
And Drew.
who here likes to party. Sip of wine sometimes, glass of bubbly with the friends when you're feeling it. I'm sure that we've all had our less than demure nights, but by virtue of everyone sitting here and committing to a 2-year podcast, I'm guessing that no one is a verifiable Don Birnam. Birnam is the main character in this week's Best Picture winner, The Lost Weekend, 1945's alcoholic character piece directed by the iconic Billy Wilder. Watch as he constantly chooses booze over those who love him in escalatingly frustrating ways. Needless to say, this movie's a real ray of sunshine. But before we begin, this obviously is a movie about alcoholism, and it's a heavy one, almost certainly the darkest of the films we've watched thus far, touching addiction, self-harm, even suicide. So of course, just sharing the content warning for the audience before we begin. And we're not even sponsored by BetterHelp, so sorry.
and we are not going to be of any help to you.
Don't call us.
Yeah, we are not reliable.
We're not certified.
No.
We're going to make jokes.
Yeah. But it's okay because guess what? I come from a family of alcoholics, so I say it's okay.
Thank you, Sarah.
Nothing like being a Jewish person from a family of alcoholics. I mean, talk about Best Picture winner galore for me.
The Sarah Sack story.
I'm swimming in it.
Is that what's going to win the 100th Oscars? That's what this whole podcast has been leading to?
Leading to is me.
And the winner is me.
Yay! That's going to be me.
We're going to keep running that joke until you hate it.
Until no one's laughing.
I didn't know it had such legs.
Is anyone laughing?
Us two.
True.
He says it and we just stare
True,
right
that's
at
a
him.
good point. Well, I have been told there's some historical context for this one, so I'd love to kick it over to Drew for that.
Yeah, sorry, hold on.
You'd been waiting this whole time.
Nice.
I want to make it clear that I'm 6 beers deep in honor of this episode. That was a lovely disclaimer, by the way, but I'm still going to make a joke or two.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he drove on my lawn when he pulled up.
This is one of those movies where it's not okay to play a drinking game.
Drink every time he drinks.
Yeah, drink every time
he
you
drinks.
All right. Oh no. What's this? A movie that isn't about war or some lofty historical figure? I didn't even know we make those. What is Drew supposed to talk about then? I'll tell you, Adam. A lot more than you probably realize. The Lost Weekend is a story about alcoholism, not just the struggle to overcome it, but also the societal judgments around it. America has a long relationship with alcohol. In fact, you cannot tell the history of this country without talking about temperance, prohibition, bootleggers, and the like. Yet another brilliant idea for a second podcast that I will never see through. I'll give the SparkNotes version, though, starting at the beginning. Early on, the colonial settlers of America regarded drinking as very normal. Drinking habits were brought over from Europe, and settlers in every region and every social class drank heavily. Distilled and fermented liquors were considered an important, invigorating food. For some, alcohol was seen as cleaner than water since it didn't carry any diseases with it. So Americans drank a lot. I have a quote here. It says, "Wine and sugar were consumed at breakfast. At 11 and 4, workers broke for their bitters. Cider and beer were drunk at lunch, and toddies for supper and during the evening."
Gross.
That's nasty.
Alcohol was deeply ingrained in the social structure of colonial life. It was integral to most social functions, and from a local governance perspective, taxes on alcohol were an important source of revenue. In these early days of America, drunkenness was seen as a personal moral failing. Never the fault of the drink itself. One's drunkenness was the fault of the drinker. We didn't really call it alcoholism yet, just drunkenness, but such behavior was, quote, condemned and punished, but only as an abuse of a God-given gift. Often drunkards were shamed publicly, perhaps in the church or even the stocks. After the American Revolution, though, different perspectives on drinking took shape in certain circles. This is where the temperance movement, as we know it now, took hold. Temperance was a shift in the American perspective on drunkenness. Instead of a moral failing by the drinker to consume alcohol in moderation, more people argued that alcohol itself was a poisonous, addicting substance. Particularly middle-class circles felt more strongly that alcohol tore families apart and it weakened the social order by turning men violent and dissolute.
Oh, mad?
Yeah.
MADC.
Yeah, basically.
Mothers against
Basically.
drunk
This is a
carriaging.
lot, this is way before mad, but yes. It's no surprise that early temperance activists were often also ardent feminists. For many early feminists, alcohol addiction was a women's issue, specifically the alcohol addiction of men.
Right.
Yeah.
Temperance societies first began in the churches with simple abstinence pledges, but over the 1800s, these operations became more robust and overtly political. One of the most well-known of these organizations, the Women's Christian Temperance Union, was founded in Cleveland in 1874. The WCTU, along with other temperance societies, pushed more and more for actually limiting the availability of alcohol in common society to varying levels of success. The most notorious period of success for the American temperance movement was, of course, the Prohibition era.
Boo.
Boo.
I'm Switzerland, man.
By 1919, political activism from teetotalers across the country led to Congress ratifying the 18th Amendment. That amendment effectively banned the sale, manufacturing, and transportation of intoxicating liquors. It's worth noting that possession or consumption of alcohol was not made illegal in this time. While public opinion was generally in favor of prohibition, it didn't stop America from finding seedy workarounds during the 20s. Famously, this prohibition era led to the boom of speakeasy society. It also led to the rise of bootleggers and organized crime bosses, see Al Capone. These abuses of the Prohibition era, along with the general crumbling of society come the Great Depression, are why by 1933, under President FDR, Congress then ratified the 21st Amendment. The 21st Amendment is the only constitutional amendment that exists solely to repeal a previous amendment. Prohibition was over. And I think that's a good place to leave off for now. Unfortunately, that is a super truncated version of everything I want to talk about, but I'm still kind of cutting myself off. Pun intended. This is, after all, a movie podcast. And this movie, The Lost Weekend, gives us a pretty nice glimpse into the post-Prohibition perspective of America's relationship with alcohol. I'm excited to dive in. Wait, no. Let me rephrase that. I'll cheers to that. Adam here was texting me like, there's no history for this episode. I was like, you have no idea. You have no idea, buddy.
I said I was Switzerland earlier. I meant I'm Arnold Palmer.
Because you are.
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of both. That's funny. I would say broadly that prohibition was a bad thing. I don't know if that's a hot take, but
I mean,
caused a lot of organized
again, it's the
crime.
only amendment we've ever repealed. That's including ones about like everyone should own a gun.
Yeah. But yeah, sometimes you can take freedom too far, which we'll find, I guess, in The Lost Weekend. But
True.
Yeah, there's a moral argument and discussion to be had over that.
America and alcohol are that synonymous. That's how bad prohibition was.
All right, cool. Well, thank you, Drew. Well, this is a movie with a pretty small cast, but small but mighty. I'm excited to hear a little bit more about it. So, Sarah, I'll kick it over to you for the cast and the crew.
Well, first I'm going to talk about production. Billy Wilder, the director, was determined to make The Lost Weekend feel as authentic as possible, even if that meant dragging Hollywood out of the studio and onto the streets. While most of the film was shot on Paramount's backlot, Wilder insisted on filming key scenes on location in New York City, which was kind of a rarity for that time.
That's cool.
Yes. Using hidden cameras tucked inside trucks and behind boxes, the crew secretly filmed unsuspecting pedestrians as Ray Milland, the lead actor, wandered down 3rd Avenue, creating documentary-like realism that audiences hadn't really seen before. Wilder also became the first filmmaker ever granted permission to shoot inside Bellevue Hospital's alcoholic ward, something the hospital would never allow again.
That, probably makes sense.
So he's like the Sean Baker of his time, is what you're saying.
I mean, Billy Wilder, Sean Baker, he did like Sunset Boulevard, you could say. Some Like It Hot, that's got some Baker DNA.
Okay. I was joking, but Adam is taking me very seriously.
Interesting.
The studio, however, had absolutely no faith in the movie. It has a lot of Best Picture winners, it seems like.
Yeah.
Nobody believed in them. After an early preview audience laughed at scenes that were meant to be devastating, Paramount seriously...
Which ones?
Let me finish.
Can we get the cinema score notes?
Let me finish. Paramount seriously considered shelving it. The temporary jazz score used at the screening didn't help. One composer, Miklos Rosas, had an eerie score that was added, and then the ending was reworked, and the reaction completely changed with the audiences, and the film went on to becoming one of the biggest critical successes of the decade. Score matters. Even before release, the liquor industry declared war on the film. Trade groups warned Paramount that it would fuel a new prohibition movement, and Billy Wilder later claimed that...
Wait, they were They were like, this is too anti-alcohol, you can't make this?
I don't know.
Crazy.
Nah, man, this is such a buzzkill.
This is gonna start Prohibition 2.0, you can't do this. That's crazy.
Yeah. Billy Wilder later claimed that representatives connected to the alcohol business even offered $5 million to buy the negative and destroy it.
Yo.
This is so hype.
Okay.
Yeah. Wilder joked that if they'd offer the money directly to him instead of the studio, he probably would have taken it.
Honestly, like...
Very Don Draper of it.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to get into the cast and crew. Starting off with director Billy Wilder. Billy Wilder is widely regarded as one of the greatest writer-directors in film history. He's known for having very sharp dialogue and cynical wit. He was a Jewish Austrian who fled Europe after Hitler's rise to power. Wilder arrived in Hollywood speaking almost no English and went on to become one of the defining voices of American cinema. He directed classics, including Double Indemnity, The Lost Weekend, Sunset Boulevard, Some Like It Hot, and The Apartment, becoming one of the few filmmakers to win Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Screenplay for the same film twice, for The Lost Weekend and The Apartment. His films often tackled taboo subjects like alcoholism, adultery, prostitution, murder, and cross-dressing, all while navigating the strict censorship of the Hays Code. Despite their biting humor, Wilder's films have deeply flawed characters who are sometimes funny, vulnerable, and very morally complicated. He famously believed, "Don't be boring," a philosophy that shaped every film he made. Which, okay, some fun facts about him. Wilder fled Nazi Germany in 1933 because of his Jewish heritage. His mother, stepfather, and grandmother were later murdered in the Holocaust, a tragedy that deeply shaped his worldview. He originally wanted to direct Schindler's List, but ultimately encouraged Steven Spielberg to make it instead, believing the story had become too personal for him to tell. He hated writing alone and always worked with a partner, but if he disliked an idea, he was known to mercilessly tear it apart, causing several collaborators to quit. Good for him. And Drew, you'll like this one. Tom Cruise and Cameron Crowe begged Wilder to appear in Jerry Maguire, but he turned them down.
They were like, Billy,
What?
you
In what
complete
capacity?
me.
I don't know.
What was he supposed to do in there?
You're supposed to talk about
like-
the Quan.
Yeah.
Was there like...
Show me the money, Wilder.
I've never seen it. Was there like an old man in there? He was probably old as
It's
fuck.
a lot of sports agents and like
Right.
football players is what it is.
Yeah, it's a weird one. Like, it doesn't seem like it fits.
It
They
would
must have
have
just,
been
like-
an odd cameo for Billy Wilder.
Totally. They must have just loved him.
Yeah, that's probably all it was.
No.
Is They just saw him on the lot one day. Like, you wanna see the
You want to hop on? You
Yeah.
want to hop on this set?
Yeah, so that movie was made... Oh, yeah, he died a few years later. That's too bad, but...
That was the cursed. He cursed himself. He would have gotten 10 more good years out of it if he had been in Jerry Maguire.
Yeah. Now I'm going to talk about our lead actor, Ray Milland, as Don Birnam. Ray Milland was born Alfred Reginald Jones in Wales. He served in the British Household Cavalry before stumbling into acting almost by accident. After years of playing romantic leads and swashbuckling heroes, Milland completely reinvented himself with Billy Wilder's The Lost Weekend, delivering one of the most acclaimed performances of the decade as an alcoholic writer. The role earned him the Academy Award for Best Actor. I'm sorry, Adam, you'll talk about that. You can cut that if you want. Rather than fading after his leading man years, Milland successfully transitioned into darker roles after this film, later becoming a director and a beloved star of horror and science fiction films like Dial M for Murder, and The Man with the X-Ray Eyes.
Great. Very similar characters.
Whatever that is.
That's my favorite James Bond movie.
To prepare for the role, Ray Milland checked himself into Bellevue Hospital's alcoholic ward with the help of doctors so he could experience it firsthand.
So it's like they committed malpractice? They just like lied to the hospital?
I don't know. I think they knew he was going to be there.
Right.
He spent the night locked in an iron bed in the ward's booze tank, where he witnessed the chaos erupt after a new patient arrived screaming and sent the entire room into hysteria. When the door was briefly left open, Milan slipped out barefoot in his hospital robe and tried to flag down a cab on 34th Street. Instead, a police officer spotted the Bellevue logo on his robe, assumed he was an escaped patient, and hauled him back to the hospital. It took Milan about half an hour to convince the staff and police that he was an actor doing research before they finally let him go.
That's so crazy.
That's like almost exactly what happens in the movie.
No, literally, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah. Funny.
His performance was so convincing that people assumed he was a real alcoholic for years. Milan insisted he rarely drank and had deliberately avoided getting drunk while preparing because he realized intoxication didn't look authentic on screen.
Yeah, that makes sense. They're like, your method.
Yeah.
Your method.
He accepted his Oscar from Ingrid Bergman, our girl from Casablanca, and delivered one of the shortest...
What a knockout.
Okay, Trump. He accepted his Oscar from Ingrid Bergman, our girl from Casablanca, and delivered one of the shortest acceptance speeches in Academy Awards history, saying, thank you very much, I'm greatly honored.
Yep, he was like kind of stunned and just smiling and couldn't talk.
I watched it.
Oh, you did? They have it?
Yeah, I was like, this is hella awkward.
No.
But he seemed really humble.
Sweet?
It was really sweet. Now we're going to talk about Jane Wyman, born Sarah Jane Mayfield.
Wow.
First and middle name twin.
Wow.
First and middle name twin. Okay. Jane Wyman was one of Hollywood's most quietly remarkable actresses, building a career that didn't rely on movie star glamour. After spending years climbing from chorus girl and bit player to supporting actress, she became one of the most respected dramatic performers of the 1940s and 50s. She would play heartbroken mothers, resilient wives, or women facing impossible circumstances. Wyman had a gift for understated performances that never felt super theatrical. She earned 4 Academy Award nominations and 1 win. After semi-retiring in the 1960s and 70s, she returned at age 64 as the deliciously manipulative Angela Channing on the TV show Falcon Crest, which won her a Golden Globe. Wyman was able to successfully adapt to an ever-changing Hollywood for nearly 60 years. She was kind of like moving in silence.
Yeah.
Although, some fun facts. Jane Wyman is often remembered as the first wife of future U.S. President Ronald Reagan.
Oh, yeah. Wait, you're
I
right.
know. I was like, Drew hadn't put it together yet. I could tell that he wouldn't.
Yeah. My gosh.
Drew's just perked up. He's like, a history? History fact.
But she hated being defined by the marriage. She refused to discuss Reagan in interviews, saying it was simply bad taste to talk about former husbands, even though she quietly voted for him 3 times and attended his funeral.
The good news is they don't mention her at all in the Reagan Presidential Library.
Yikes.
They just like go out of their way to never mention
Really?
that she existed. Yeah.
You've been there, haven't you?
Yeah, it's a very tacky presidential library, which is made more tacky by the fact that they do stuff like that. Shout out the Nixon Library, a much better experience.
She met Ronald Reagan on the set of Brother Rat in 1938.
Brother Rat?
I don't know what that is. Don't know. Wyman was 21, Reagan was 27. A healthy age, yeah?
That's normal.
Yeah, no one cares. The two had been married from 1940 until their divorce in 1949. Hollywood gossip blamed the divorce on everything from Reagan's growing obsession with politics to rumors that Wyman had grown close to her Johnny Belinda co-star, Lou Ayres. We know him as Paul Baumer from 1930's All Quiet.
Wow.
Wyman spent over 6 months preparing for Johnny Belinda, learning to communicate entirely through facial expressions and sign language. She became the first performer in the sound era to win an acting Oscar without speaking dialogue.
It's interesting that you said she doesn't want to be defined by her relationship to Reagan, and you talked about that.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, girl.
We also
several
talked about her
minutes.
career
I'm
afterwards.
kidding,
I've been talking about her career.
I'm just razzing Sarah.
Sorry, Jane.
Sorry, girl.
Sorry, Sarah Jane.
Sorry, Sarah Jane. From one Sarah Jane to another. My bad. She held the record for the longest on-screen kiss in movie history for decades. Her kiss with...
She won the Kids' Choice Award for Best Kiss.
Oh, no.
It lasted 45 minutes?
Ew.
I've seen that movie.
Gross. Her kiss with Regis Toomey and You're in the Army Now lasted 3 minutes and 5 seconds.
Okay, that is gross.
That's nasty. Why are we watching that? What?
Why? Did they cut away at any point?
It's just like a spinning shot. It's just all angles. Gross.
I'd be like, fast
far too long.
forward.
Yeah.
Fast forward. Okay. Jane Wyman is buried at Forest Lawn Mortuary and Memorial Park in Cathedral City, California.
Forest Lawn putting up big numbers.
Forest Lawn putting up, LeBron numbers.
Yeah.
And that's a wrap on cast and crew.
Thank you, Sarah. So this is a movie, as we've said, set in New York. And it starts off with a very sweeping view of the New York City skyline. It's very cool. Camera in motion, zooms in on an open window, and we see our protagonist, Don Birnam. He's packing for a trip to go to a farm. His brother is also there in the room, and he's like, this is going to be good after all you've gone through. They spend a lot of the first few minutes of the movie just being like, this will be good for you. This will be good. You need this.
He says that that is the only way he alludes to it. He's like, after all that you've gone through.
Yeah, and it's kind of an interesting thing since I knew what the point of the movie was about, but if you just had wandered into the theater or something, be like, what's he talking about? What has he been through?
Verbatim says it every time. After everything that you've gone through.
Yeah, and it sort of revealed he's 10 days sober. It's not a lot of time.
Yeah.
He's been through a lot. He's been through a lot for a long time. He's 10 days sober, but is he really? Because he's hiding a bottle of booze that's hanging from his window. It's on a rope attached to the windowsill. So anything to hide, and they do a great job of showing all of his little hidey holes in his apartment, and that's one of the big ones.
Yeah.
At the beginning.
That was creative. Alcoholics do find very creative ways to hide their alcohol.
Yeah, that's true.
So they did a good job of showing that.
Yeah, good job. Good job, Billy Wilder.
Good job, Billy
You
Wilder.
know, this was based off a novel.
Yeah.
Like an autobiography as well.
Well, they make that very clear by the end.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, you know what's funny is a couple of these, the posters for some of these 40s, or these movies, especially in the 40s, I've noticed that if it's based on a book, the poster has a little drawing of a book.
How Blue Was My Valley was a book. I'm like, this is stupid.
Yeah, they make it very clear, this is the book, retold.
It was just a little sticker to say, this is adapted from a book.
Yeah.
It's all it's the coming out of the book.
Yeah.
That's funny. I wonder how many people read The Lost Weekend in its time, but the story of the author is very, very kind of cool. This is his story and him being an alcoholic in New York City. Don's longtime girlfriend, Helen, played by Jane Wyman, shows up. Don just tries to weasel his way out of going early. They're supposed to go on the 3 p.m. train. He's like, well, Helen, you've got tickets to the opera. You should go to that. And Wick, his brother's name is Wick, which is a little weird name. But he's like, you should go with her. Yeah, we'll take the 6 p.m. train. We'll just change the train a little bit. It's fine.
I immediately knew it wasn't fine.
Yeah.
You guys should
I want to see the cut
get out
of
of here
movie.
and leave me alone by myself. And
I'm
come back for several hours.
Yeah.
They do that for some reason, which is kind of crazy. But, they trust him, and they shouldn't probably trust him.
No.
Perhaps, maybe throughout this whole movie. So he says, I'll stay back. I still got a pack. I'll see you guys at 6. And then Wick, before he leaves, he actually finds the whiskey hidden on the windowsill and he dumps it down the sink, which is a big blow to Don. And part of the reason that he feels Wick and Helen feel comfortable leaving is because they're like, Don has zero money. Everyone on the block knows that he's no good and not to give him alcohol. Or, they do know that, but they still do. We'll get into that. After he leaves, Don goes through the whole house. He checks every little hiding spot that he had for booze, revealing kind of, where he puts everything normally. And then, pivotal moment, of course, a housekeeper shows up. And they're like, hey, where's my money? I need my money. I'm trying to get paid. Your brother's going to pay me. Because he is living in his brother's apartment at this time. They're like, the housekeeper's like, you need to pay me. And he's like, where's the money?
Show me the money.
Yeah, show
me the money, Billy Wilder.
But the housekeeper's like, well, he keeps $10 in a sugar bowl in the kitchen. And Don's like, I did not know that. So he looks in the sugar bowl and he finds $10 and he's like, nothing here.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? The housekeeper's like, oh, Wick, not paying me today. And then just leaves. And Don's got $10, which I assume is a ton of money.
That's what I was thinking. Like
a relative sense. Probably at least like $100.
Enough for a weekend.
Enough for a weekend, apparently. Well, not quite enough for a weekend.
Yeah, not
as
this
we
weekend.
will find out.
Not this weekend.
But yeah, he searches for booze in vents in vacuums. Like he's checking like the vacuum dust bag.
Yeah.
Which I was like,
alcoholics do be like that though.
Creative. Very creative. But he takes it to a liquor store, the $10 he does. And the clerk is like, man, I shouldn't sell to you, but your money's good. I thought I'm curious about capitalism, but I did find this to be a theme I kind of felt from the movie. An interesting way where it's like everyone knows the moral pain and everything that he's going through, but just the fact like money is king over that. Like it doesn't matter that they shouldn't give him it. They're like, well, he has money, so we're just going to give him the booze anyway.
Well, that was a big part of actually the debate over repealing Prohibition, was that by repealing Prohibition, you could then tax alcohol again and create revenue and jobs for people, which, especially during the Great Depression, or at the start of the Great Depression, was like a big argument for repealing that.
Yeah.
Ultimately, they did come down to brass tacks.
Right. That's how they got Al Capone, tax evasion.
Yeah.
And syphilis. Well, God got him with the syphilis.
He got syphilis?
Yeah. To the head.
That's how he died.
Really?
Yeah. But he was arrested for tax evasion and then died of syphilis.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
Al Capone's not a very good man.
Oh, really? Wait, I'm thinking of Al Pacino.
Al Pacino's very much still alive.
Yes.
He does not have syphilis. In fact, he just had a kid last year.
Oh, wait, Al Capone, he was like a gangster, right?
Yes.
Okay. But you see the connection, right?
No, 100%.
One of them is a 20s era gangster, and one of them starred in many Best Picture winning movies.
Yeah. About gangsters, right?
About gangsters, yeah.
About gangster adjacent people.
Yeah.
Both famous for wielding a machine gun.
True.
Was Scarface the Best Picture winner?
No.
Should have been.
Nah,
Who did it lose to? Who did it lose to?
It wasn't even nominated. It's not a very good
I don't
movie.
care. I don't care. Who did it lose to?
All right. Go watch Wolf of Wall Street.
Ew.
I'd have to look up, but I don't think history has been super kind to Scarface.
No.
Even though De Palma's a very good director.
Okay, fun movie. I don't care what anybody says.
Fair. I mean, it's a fun movie. There are
And
plenty of fun
a great
movies.
soundtrack. Whatever. I don't give a fuck what anybody
You just love Miami.
And Michelle Pfeiffer. I mean, whatever. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I don't fucking care.
Yes. Anyway, he goes to the liquor store. He buys 2 bottles of rye. Rye is his vice. He's always drinking rye. Which is whiskey? Question mark.
Rye?
Yeah.
Is a whiskey, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. We drink. Anyway, he gets like 2 big old bottles of rye, puts them in a shopping bag, and then he buys some fruit to put on top of the shopping bag so he doesn't look so alcoholic-y. So Don goes to Nat's. It's the local bar, and he buys a shot of rye, kind of looks at it, and this is like he hasn't actually drank up to this point. He's still been technically on the wagon, even though he's been buying booze.
Right.
But then this is him taking a shot, and it's ultimately where he like falls off the wagon. It takes a turn. I loved that scene, like him just like considering the shot of rye. It was so sad. This whole movie was so sad.
Devastating and depressing.
It was like hard to watch him like make these decisions.
Yeah.
Because it's like, don't do it. Mm-hmm. Don't do it, Don.
Yeah.
Don't drink it. It's literally just a shot of rye. But he ends up doing it, which is sad. And he puts it on the table, and I think there's a very clever way of showing like the passage of time. It's like the number of like alcohol.
Oh yeah, the
liquid
rings,
I liked that. That was
the
cool.
condensation on the on the bar top. Yeah.
Yeah. No, so it shows like 1, and then it's like more, and then more as it kind of like advances through the scene, showing he just keeps buying shots of rye. There's a cool like passage of time element. I thought very good directing. I was very impressed.
Yes. A masterclass in visual storytelling.
Thanks, Billy Wilder.
You're welcome.
But yeah, he tells Nat about his weekend. He's like, I gotta get home by 6 p.m. and I'm gonna take these bottles of booze, I'm gonna put them in Wick's luggage, so he's never gonna find them. You know, he's like, I'm still gonna go on this trip to the potential like family farm or something like that, but I'm still gonna bring booze because I'm still gonna drink. You know, again, it's all very sad, right? There's a prostitute who's there who tries to solicit
That's
him.
ridiculous. I hated that. Hated
Dumbest
that.
catchphrase.
Yeah.
It's like, what if they? It's like she was forcing it on us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop making ridiculous into ridiculous. It's not catching on.
It's probably something that she says, and she's like, I'm going to make this a thing.
I'm gonna give my character choice.
It's like,
Yeah,
this
like
is,
stop trying to make Ridic happen.
this
Gloria.
Is not, this is
Yeah.
not your, here's looking at you, kid.
Every good movie needs a catchphrase.
Yeah.
People are going to be saying, that's Ridic.
That's ridic.
just honestly, like, really took me out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, but like they have like some sort of flirty-ish relationship together where Don just promises her the world and she chooses not to believe that he's a stinky alcoholic for, you know, that he's so charming. Mm-hmm. Don has a great monologue here about why he drinks. Because he's like a failed writer. We get into a little more of his backstory later, but, you know, he drinks because it makes him feel like he's one of the greats.
Yeah.
And I really liked I thought his acting was really, really great.
I can climb Mount Everest. I could sail the English Channel. I could fight a bear with my own hands and take him down.
It was so sad.
I know. Like the psychology and the psyche of him, like this is only like the early glimpse of it. You really you dig into it a lot more later. It felt like I understand why this man drinks. You know, he's lacking in the ability to feel that way about himself normally, which is, again, very unfortunate. He wants to be one of the greats, right? He's obviously not back for the train because he was never going to be. I want to see the cut of the movie where he's just like, oh man, it's 6 p.m. I gotta go back. And then he goes. Then they have a nice weekend in in the farm, and then he's cured of his alcoholism. You know,
That
show
would've
me
been
that
awesome.
cut. I don't think that movie would have won Best Picture, though. I think the movie would have been 15 minutes. But he's not back for the train. Wick is back. He's gone. And he's like, well, whatever. He's out drinking somewhere. He's so fed up with this at this point. He just decides, I'm going to go anyway. Like, I'm over it.
Yeah.
Which I think is like, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
You know, you get so sick of babysitting someone else's psychiatry that you just throw your hands up and walk away.
Helen makes a good point where she's like, which I thought was kind of like a progressive point for the time, which is like, well, if someone was sick with like cancer or something, you wouldn't just like leave them, you know, like you're supposed to take care of the people that you love, because alcoholism really wasn't considered.
But what if they made cancer my problem?
Okay, so no, see, that's the thing, is it's like alcoholism wasn't really considered a disease for a long time.
Yeah,
it was kind of considered
like a moral failing.
It was kind of considered that, yeah.
I mean, it still kind of is.
A disease?
Oh, no, considered a moral. You would probably be surprised. You're talking to people now, right? Like, it's one of those things where I'm sure you would find nuanced takes on this. Like, yes, it is obviously treated as a disease today. I'm sure you would find a lot of people who don't consider it a disease.
Oh, totally. People still, yes. But when she said that, I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that kind of take from somebody back then.
In the 1945. Yeah,
yes.
That makes sense. Totally. I thought the movie she was also going to leave on this trip, but she stays in town working because she's like a big shot for Time magazine, and she just like works all the time. She's like, I work every weekend. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh my God, that's crazy.
Girl boss.
She was like literally a girl boss. Yeah. And that's why she was like,
oh yeah, she worked for Time.
Yeah. She's like, I don't have time to like babysit him all day. Like, I have a legitimate big girl job. Yeah. And Don is like hella unemployed.
Hella.
Yeah. Like, he's not doing anything. I don't know what his brother was. It like
your unemployed friend at 2 p.m. on a Wednesday.
Yeah. It's like, what are you doing all day?
Yeah, totally. Don actually comes home. He's like just slightly late enough to see his brother and Helen leave his apartment. And of course, like, the whole time, the whole movie is just him choosing to make the wrong decision, because like he could just go up to them in those moments, but he doesn't. He sneaks around them. He goes back into the apartment. Helen left like a really nice note on his door. On one hand, it's like, girl,
I see where she's coming from.
Yeah, totally.
You know, I do.
Totally. Like, she is choosing to continue to like invest in him.
Yeah.
Which is like a challenging thing to do.
Yeah, I think she stopped kind of seeing him as like a husband or like a lover, and she's just like, he's just someone that she just cares about now, kind of thing, is what I was sensing, you know?
I can see that.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But yeah, he gets back into his apartment, he sleeps, he hides the alcohol in his house, he puts it in his light fixture, which is, and he's drunk, so he's just kind of doing this. Autopilot, we'll get into like the implications of that a little bit later. But he goes to, when he wakes up, he goes to Nat's first thing in the mornings. Like, they still got the stools upside down and everything. Like, they haven't even opened.
He's making breakfast.
He's literally making like
his
bacon
breakfast.
and eggs on the table.
Yeah.
They're on the counter, and he's like, Don, you want some? Nat was an interesting character, I thought. Like, he was always just like, oh man, I should really cut you off. Goes to pour him another drink. Again, like, I kind of feel like it goes back to the whole money
bartender
thing.
I'm sure.
Totally. But this is one who like kind of intimately knew him a bit more.
Yeah.
I mean, other ones like didn't. Like, Nat actually knew he had a problem, and he called him out. Nat reminded me of John C. Reilly a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know why. He like kind of looked like him the way he talked. And I love John C. Reilly, so I was predisposed to like this character. But yeah, he's like, you want breakfast? And Don's like, nah. Probably because breakfast costs money that could go towards booze.
Yes.
And also, like, he's not, he out here to eat. He out here to drink. That's his game. Gloria the prostitute is back, and
That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But he essentially invites her on a date because she got a date with a John that night. But Don's like, no, I'll take you to the opera instead. And she's like, oh, like, actually? For real? And then she's like, yes, I will cancel my plans so you can take me to the opera. And then she leaves, and Nat's like, bro, you're not going to take her to the opera?
The guy showed. Well, there's a brief moment where the guy
that
she was going to be going out with shows
just
up.
some like little old man.
And he's like, I'm looking for so-and-so.
Yeah.
And she's like, she's not here.
It was like, she's in the hospital. She got really sick.
The poor dude gets stood up by a escort, basically.
Yeah. Why was he like trying to find this escort at like 8 a.m, though?
Yeah, that is.
He's like, Daddy, horny.
Yeah.
Ew. Daddy, chill.
Yeah. I mean, if you put Gloria in a movie today, she'd be in a Sean Baker movie, and she'd say Daddy, chill.
She would.
Instead of that's
I
ridiculous.
feel like she'd probably still say that's ridiculous. I think she's fucking doing something with that.
She thought she was cooking.
She thought she was. Like, you could tell when she was saying it. I'm like, you're annoying. Don't be annoying.
Do you think Billy Wilder wrote that line, or do you think
no,
she just
I think
ad-libbed?
think she did that.
She just kept saying it, and they're like, well, we have to keep it in. She's
Yeah.
not going to not say it.
We've tried cutting it, but, she says it every line.
But yeah, after she cancels her plans with the John, she's, again, excited for her date tonight. She leaves. Nat calls Dawn out. He's like, you're not taking her to the opera. What are you doing? You treat women badly. He's like, a woman came in looking for you last night. He's like, what's the deal? What's the deal? And then Don tells a flashback story of how he met Helen, which was really good. It's a flashback of him at the opera. And he's been an alcoholic for a very long time. But he's watching a scene from, I forget exactly what opera it was, but it's a scene where everyone's like drinking on stage, and it just keeps cutting back to him in the audience, like sweating and like looking side to side.
That was another masterclass in visual storytelling. I mean, the way that he showed him looking at the stage and all he saw were coats with alcohol in it.
That shot
was really good.
Super cool.
No, that like was low-key like masterclass in visual storytelling.
Yeah. No, it was good because it was just like people-less coats just like dancing with booze in their pocket, which at first I was like, I don't know exactly what this is, but then it was he has to leave because he's fiending, and he goes to get his coat, which again we can assume had booze in the pocket, but he got his coat ticket mixed up with someone else, so he misses the entire opera because he's sitting on the stairs holding someone else's coat, waiting for them to show up so he can trade for his coat that had booze in it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which is, again, like, he missed out on like a whole opera for this. For like no reason. Like he was betting on the other person also leaving early.
Yeah.
This is dark. was very dark. But then, like, everyone comes out to get their coats. And then he waits until he finds the one person who's like, well, I didn't get my coat.
Yeah.
And that is, of course, Helen's. He talks with her. They flirt. They meet each other. Again, this is their first time meeting. This is kind of like their backstory.
It's not cute or romantic at all.
No.
He's kind of a dick to her.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, my umbrella, excuse me. You have
Oh my
umbrella."
God.
He just
Yes.
And he throws it. And
Yeah,
it's
like
your damn umbrella.
He just literally tosses the umbrella at her feet.
It's a little thing called negging.
He straight up does neg her.
Hey, what's negging?
Negging is when you are purposely negative towards someone that you, in hopes that, like, by
It's
being
like
negative,
alpha male stuff.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
like what guys do in middle
well,
school.
guys and girls, it's like a thing. It's just a tactic where it's like, I'm just gonna be mean to you and like be negative to you, act like I don't care about you,
so that
and
you're
that
gonna
will
go
make
out
you
of
want
your.
me. Yeah,
You're gonna go out of your way to like, essentially refute those negative feelings and try to get my approval.
yeah.
It's very
really
toxic.
fucked up.
Oh, it
Classic.
is.
It's a classic.
It's like you can find like 40-year-old like male activists on YouTube. Like, it's actually a huge problem for this generation right now.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
you
been
know,
a
there's,
problem.
like-
it's been a problem forever. It's just now we have a word for it.
True, that's fair.
This
That's
is the
good.
classic.
Well, negging
like,
sounds like a.
Say it.
Sounds like a. What is it called? Oh, negging sounds like slang. I feel like the therapized term is intermittent reinforcement.
it's a little close to that.
Y'all know I've been in
Yeah.
therapy for years.
It's a little close to that. Yeah.
But yeah, he do be negging her by throwing her umbrella at her feet. So I was like, damn, that was like.
I'm like, this guy
cold.
sucks.
Yeah. That's a
Oh,
that's
brother.
a wolf.
Oh.
That's a
This
wolf, if you ask me. That's a lion.
Okay. Yeah, and
He's not falling for this Floyd's usual tricks.
Oh,
Christ.
no.
We're changing the tone of this podcast dramatically.
We're turning into a manosphere.
Yeah.
Best picture manosphere.
Yeah. We'll have HS Tiki Taki on for for the best years of our lives.
Another person I don't know.
I support this.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't.
But Helen can't be. She's a leopard because she has a leopard skin coat. You know, she's a
I have
jungle
that-
cat herself.
Oh yeah, she's got the coat and the matching leopard skin hat. She's dressed like Mobutu Sese Seko.
Okay. I loved her outfit.
Yeah,
I have a
was
leopard.
I love it too.
No, I have.
Hey, Mobutu Sese Seko was a finely dressed dictator.
I have a leopard print hat. I have a leopard print beret and a leopard print fur coat.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
So
Okay, Jane Wyman.
Okay.
Watch out for any aspiring politicians.
He's got the Mobutu look.
twinning them, Sarah Jane,
Jane.
and we have the same style.
Wow.
Except y'all never see me in that coat because you're not ready for that.
So yeah, they have a meet, not so cute, I suppose. Decent banter though, and she's into him because she kind of thinks he's an intellectual. She kind of comes off by one. Styles himself a deeper thinker, which again I think he wants to be. He tries to be. That's like part of him, and I think he has talent, and maybe she sees a little bit of that. Maybe she also sees like a bit of a project. Sometimes women be doing that.
They do be doing that, yeah.
Yeah, just ask Alexis.
She'll be on next episode.
yeah.
I'll put her on the spot.
But yes. And then it turns like really tragic. She actually invites him to a party. And he's
Yeah.
like, no, I can't go.
She
I've
says,
got to.
I have to go lead Zaire with an iron fist.
Okay.
You want to come? We're hosting the Rumble in the Jungle tonight.
But no, she's going to like a party in downtown with her, like, we can assume magazine friends. And Don's like, no, I got a friend up city. He's sick. So I'm just going to go hang out with him. And then he turns his jacket upside down and a bottle of booze falls out of his pocket and smashes onto the pavement.
Yeah.
Which is so dark. And he's like, oh, well, I was going to make him hot toddies because he's sick. But now I guess he's better. Can I come with you to the party? It was the most, like, transparent, like,
Yeah.
oh, I was lying to you. But now I need to come with you to the party because I need booze. Again, it's the same. It's like, just go to the party. But there was also, like, maybe don't go to the party like that. But
Yeah.
it comes back to kind of where he was there's a brief discussion between him and Nat, but then it actually goes into a second flashback. Part of me was like, are we just doing flashbacks now? But it was a very good flashback of him, that one that really gets into like his character. It's him, Don, meeting Helen's parents after a period of them essentially dating. He overhears them talking about him as they kind of like sit opposite ways in like a hotel lobby waiting for Helen to show up. But he gets really self-conscious because I forget exactly what they're saying, but they're just like not super impressed with him, or just like, what's the deal with this guy? Like, you know, they're girl dadding.
Yes.
You know.
As they should.
I know. But yeah, he gets like so self-conscious, which I think gives the kind of the first major psychological insight more explicitly than what was said before about why he drinks, which is because he just feels he has a crazy inferiority complex.
Totally.
And this is like why he essentially abuses himself, because he doesn't feel like he deserves it, or like it's the only way he can like feel like he has any level of confidence, which again is very like, I think, an impressive level of pathos into the story, and very sad. Very, very sad.
So sad.
But he straight up like goes into a phone booth and calls Helen, who just arrives, and it's like, hey, I'm sick, I can't come anymore, or like, I'm gonna be late.
Oh yeah.
I can't come anymore. Like something's, I think it was, I'm gonna be late. Yeah. And he's like, you know, don't wait for me, go to dinner or whatever. Like obviously he has no intention of actually showing up to this thing. So then he goes home and is just drinking up a storm. And again, this is a flashback. So again, this has been happening for a very long time throughout his whole relationship, even before that. He runs away and drinks in Wick's apartment, because again, he's still living there. Wick catches him. Helen actually shows up to the apartment because she was legitimately worried about him and like wondering where he was. And, you know, it is like beyond just like, you didn't show up to like meet my parents. It's like, you didn't show up and I'm like legitimately worried about you. Mm-hmm. It's kind of the vibe. And then Wick, he lies. He does multiple lies for Don, because Don's like in a bedroom, like, or another room listening to this. First, Wick tells that, oh, Don is in Philly and he's stuck there because he was interviewing for a job.
Right.
Which, like, on one hand, I'm like, good brother for, you know, coming up with such an elaborate lie on his behalf. But on the other hand, it's like, maybe don't cover for him like that.
Yeah.
And then Don actually, kind of to his credit, I guess, like, he, like, comes out of the room and he's like, he's lying. And then Wick's like, well, actually, I'm the alcoholic.
I was like, okay, you're taking the cover up too far.
No, literally, like, he's
you
like jumping in front of
I'm
every... Yeah. But then... Oh, no. What happened was, first, she actually finds an empty bottle. And she's like, oh, Dad, this crazy. Mm-hmm. And then Wick's like, oh, yeah, that's mine. Sorry, I'm an alcoholic. And then, like, Don comes out and he's like, actually... I'm the alcoholic, and I'm still unemployed. Mm-hmm. But, you know, he says that he admits to it. He's been in rehab once. He said it didn't take. Helen, again, to whatever kind of credit you're going to give her character, is willing to overlook this, saying that drinking isn't fatal, which it kind of is. I was like, you didn't cook with that one, Helen. It can be fatal. But she's willing to try. Like, she legitimately wants to be there for him.
It is an interesting thing with this movie, like seeing the nuances of what they thought about alcohol back then, because probably back then they didn't, honestly, someone wouldn't consider it like a fatal thing. It's like something that we probably were more openly, or we've grown to more openly like suggest
totally
regarding alcohol.
Totally. Don gives kind of his backstory within a backstory. He talks about how he peaked at 19 as a writer, and like he wrote one good thing and could never get over it.
For like what, the Cornell? Like,
For like literally like his college newspaper.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, and he like it was either good or he like won awards or something, but like he literally peaked in that, and then he could never get his talent back. Like he could never kind of capture the same thing again. So then he started to drink because of that. Started to do that in a way of like he could feel like he could only write when he drank, and then it all just kind of like become a spiraling, and then like he can't write when he drinks, but then he only drinks, so then he never writes, so he can't get a job. And then he talks about how there's two Dons. There's the drunk, and then there's the writer. You know, like one of them like sits on the shoulder of the other and whispers in its ear kind of thing. Yeah, really enjoyed that sort of thing. But then we flash forward again to where Nats is. Dawn is actually like, I'm inspired now. I've inspired myself to write.
I'm getting tired of him at this point. I've already been tired of him, but I'm getting tired of him at this point.
Yeah. He's like, I'm going to write. I got it. I got the idea.
Yeah.
He's like,
oh, right. Yeah, we're back to the main timeline now. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, you're back to the main timeline. So again, it's like his gasp of creative energy. He goes into the house and it's like, or his apartment, and he writes the title of the book. He puts like For Helen with Love, and then he's like, God, that was a lot of work. I need a drink. He didn't put as much effort into it as this, but it reminded me of that bit in SpongeBob where he's writing the essay for Bugs. Yeah. Where he's like writing and writing and writing, and then it's like,
Yes.
That is what it made me think of.
Great poll.
But yeah, and then he's like, man, I got a drink. That was a lot of work. He can't remember where he hid the bottle. You know, it's in the light fixture and everything. I love, there's like a shot of he's like digging in something and you just see in the frame, it's his giant head and then the light where the bottle is.
Yeah.
Just a masterclass in visual storytelling.
There you go. Yeah.
The audience knows before he does. That's a little touch of Alfred Hitchcock there. Okay. The art of suspense.
Have you considered taking a job with HBO? You can probably do.
I'm more of a TCM.
Yeah, the AFI.
Oh, wait, what is the TCM? Because that's what they use for like the HBO.
Yeah, hire me.
Yeah. That's what this is all about, right? We're just trying to get jobs.
Gone with the Wind is an imperfect movie set in its time.
Yeah. But yes, then as he's like digging for everything, he actually sees an ad in a matchbox or a matchbook for Harry and Joe's, where good liquor flows.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, good liquor? Sounds good to me.
That's the thing I love.
So he goes to this bar and just like, orders a bunch of drinks and then freaks out when the check comes because he can't pay. He's just ordering things. Which, I mean, you can do that. He's about to become like a dine and dash influencer as they do on TikTok nowadays, I assume.
Are we back on that dine and dashing?
I'm sure people do that. It's like anti-capitalism or something.
Yeah.
That's fucking horrible.
Shoplift,
what a
dine and
lazy
dash.
way
It's a
to.
classic.
Totally.
Top tier episode of That 70s Show is the dine and dash episode.
But okay, to Don's credit, he doesn't want to dine and dash. He wants to steal someone's purse and use their money.
Yeah.
He's sitting next to a couple and he sees someone's purse. He like casually moves his hand over and grabs the purse and goes takes money out of it. He goes into the bathroom.
The craziest bathroom attendant work I've ever seen.
Totally.
This gigantic broom. Like a witch's broom. And he's like dusting off everyone that walks in there.
Hey, he earned those tips.
The tiniest little 2 foot by 2 foot bathroom.
Totally.
Y'all ever been to Catch LA?
No, I haven't. Do they have a bathroom attendant?
Yeah.
Do they brush you off with a witch's broom?
There's just like a lot of them. They just like, oh, do you need something sewed? Do you need something repaired? Do you need
sewed?
Yeah.
Have you gotten something sewed there?
No.
You should just bring in like pants.
That's what I was doing in the bathroom earlier. I was getting something sewed by your bathroom attendant.
I was like, girl, I'm just here to poop and go back to my work dinner. But thank you.
No, I've never been to Catch. I've never had a bathroom attendant sew my clothes for me. But yeah, he walks out of the bathroom and like everyone's looking at him because everyone knows that he's the one who stole the
What's the big idea?
Yeah. But yeah, he's immediately caught and kicked out of the bar. Which, on it, free drinks.
Yeah.
Free round of drinks for him.
Yeah.
They were just like, get out of here, you bum.
And then the piano player starts playing a song, improvising a song. He's like, he stole the purse, he stole the purse,
I'm like, was that a thing back then?
I guess.
In live entertainment.
Shamed by piano player.
No, totally. That'd be like on TikTok.
Yeah.
Thief shamed by piano player. But yeah, he comes home and he's drunk. We get another masterclass in visual storytelling where he turns the light on and it shows like the shadow of the bottle up on the ceiling, and that's how he realizes, that's where I put it.
Yes.
Yeah. But then he drinks his missing bottle and he goes to sleep. The phone rings. So he assumes it's Helen, so he ignores it because he's, deeply shamed. And then he runs out of drink. He's got no more drink left. And he also has no more money left. So he does what he can do. He boxes up his typewriter to sell it. Which again is like kind of a classic trope, I would say, like more so now, but maybe earlier on it was very...
Oh yeah, like selling your prized possession or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just like, is this movie over yet?
Yeah, no, he's like walking. There's a great scene where he's walking through the city. He's trying to go to every pawn shop.
Which Yom Kippur mentioned.
I knew
Not
you would
in a
love
single
that.
World War II movie has any Jewish holiday or the word Jewish even been mentioned, but we get it in the alcoholic movie.
Yeah.
I'm taking it.
Yeah, it's a win. It's a win.
A win is a win.
A win is a win.
Big one.
But yeah, it's like he's going to every pawn shop and he's like, why are they closed?
Yeah.
Every single one of them is closed. And then he goes in front of it and he's like increasingly getting like more and more sweaty as he like walks down the city streets with his typewriter. But he finally gets to one and he's like, why are they all closed? He's crashing out and they're like, well, it's Yom Kippur. And he's like, well, then why is Kelly and Gallagher's closed? He's like, well, we make a deal. They're closed on Yom Kippur. We close on St. Patrick's Day. One of my favorite jokes in the movie. They had like 2 or 3 jokes that were like very hard hitting because they were like very funny.
Yeah.
And cut it a little bit. That was good. So knowing all the pawn shops are closed, he actually goes to beg Nat at Nat's bar for a shot, even though he has no money and no credit. He tries to give him the typewriter. He's like, bro, what am I going to do with that?
Yeah.
But he does give him a shot because he's mostly just like, get out of here.
Right.
You stinky drunk. So he goes back to walking the city and he finds Gloria, our favorite prostitute's apartment.
Yes.
Which is noted by the comically
like
large...
a cigar store.
Yeah, like a cigar
Native
Indian
American
with his finger pointing up. And he's like, oh shit, I know this person. So he goes and just, again, like a stinky drunk, he goes and begs her for money. And is like, sorry I missed our date, but, can I have $5? He's like, can I have $10? But if you have 5, that's fine. And then he kisses her, which is so toxic.
Oh, God, this fucking guy.
Totally. So he takes some money from her, and then he goes down the stairs, and then he totally eats shit. Just like falls so hard. Wakes up in a hospital, like we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
So it's so interesting that, I don't know, Drew, if you have any like information or history on like sanatoriums like this.
Yeah, I only had so much time. I was running really long with my history section, but I was curious about this too, like when those first really started, because I mean this one is pretty draconian, kind of.
It's like 10 cots.
Yeah,
and they're just literally that's it. There's just cots.
Yeah,
and it's people like freaking out.
I'm sure it's the sort of thing that probably didn't have a lot of government funding yet. Like it wasn't really treated with the same sort of like public appeal, these sorts of things, and it was like just get them off the streets and into like some place where we can't see them. We meet a great side character, Nurse Bim. Yeah, who's like, he looks like he could be played by like Martin Short or something.
I see that.
Yeah, he's kind of like a troll, honestly.
Yes.
He's like, he won't let him leave unsupervised. He's trying to leave. He's like, well, you need like a family member to come take you out of here, obviously, or you're just going to end up here in 2 more days. And he's really trolling him the whole time. Yeah. And I think what I really liked about this scene is... Why is my nurse negging me, too? I liked this scene a lot because it shows where Don would be had he not had his brother and Helen around him for all of these years. Basically, yeah. Because, like Nurse Bim is like, we've got people coming here since Prohibition. Yeah. It's like, that dude's like the head marketer at like a huge firm, and he's in here every other week. Yeah. Which, they make a little bit of a nice
comment about the historical context where it's like Prohibition arguably made this like worse.
Right,
And like
right.
these people, you know.
No, I thought that was cool. But yeah, that night, Don sees how the real degenerates of the alcoholic wing live. He also sneaks out of the ward in the chaos as like someone comes in and is freaking out. Oh, Bim tells him, you're going to get DT, which is delirium tremens, just the shakes.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, you've never had that before? Yeah. Well, get ready, brother. But yeah, he sees like other people freaking out about it. Someone comes and freaks out. He's able to parlay that into a sneaking out of the ward, which again,
it's like a scary scene. It was like
totally
that. I mean, I was shocked at how just like haunting this part was, where it's like the guy's like screaming in the dark with like talking about how he has like beetles under his skin. Like
totally,
the tone of it was probably the most dramatic I've seen from any of these movies so far.
Yeah, it was good. It was dark. But he leaves, he escapes. We kind of get a cut back to his apartment. He's not there, but Helen is there. She's been waiting outside of his door all night. Don's landlady comes to talk to her. And is like, hey, what's the deal? What are you doing here, lady? He's like, trying to help him. And she's like, yeah, he's gone. He's no good, kind of thing. That's a little bit there. But Don goes to, the next morning, essentially, he goes to a liquor store. And he just straight up steals a bottle of rye from a dude who looks like Alfred Hitchcock.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a pathetic robbery.
It's such a pathetic
There's no weapon. There's no nothing.
I mean, that dude just, like, wanted him out of the store. He knew that, like, the cost of getting him out of the store was just, like, one bottle of liquor. And he's like, I'll pay that price,
literally walked in and he's like, give it to me.
He's like, fine, dude. Whatever. He's like, that'll be $2.18. All right, fine. Take it. Just, like, get out of my face. Which, you know what? He knew his limits. If he had tried to take more, maybe they'd call the cops. But it shows, interestingly, again, it's like, it's kind of treated like an inconvenience. Like him getting thrown out of the restaurant, here. It's like, you're not a big enough problem to, like, be a huge issue. You're just going to get yourself, like, banned from this area. And eventually you'll get to a point where you can't do anything. But, like, you haven't reached that rock bottom of addiction yet.
Yeah. You're just messing with the vibe, man.
But yeah, he goes home and drinks some more, but then he actually starts to have like messed up visions. Dude. This is sort of essentially where he does hit the rock bottom.
Crazy scene, yeah.
Yeah, he sees a bat coming through the window. He sees a rat burrowing out through the wall, and then the bat eats the rat, and the blood is spilling down the wall. And the whole time he's just like... Yeah, he's like getting sweatier and sweatier as the camera goes back to his face, like, reacting to it.
That scene was
cool scene.
Nuts. This is still Hays Code time, right?
It is.
I was surprised at how like visceral that was allowed to be.
I know it's a good point.
Like you're showing blood, like dripping down the walls and everything. Like I thought that you couldn't see blood, but maybe it's okay if it's a rat. Right.
It's like, is it because it was an animal? Was it okay because it was like, quote, more important? Yeah. It's not played for, it's hard to say. Yeah. Maybe like these people, like Hayes just liked these people. It was like, you pass. Sure. So yeah, he sees the animals like Nurse Bim warned him. So yeah, he's like freaking out in the apartment. The landlady calls Helen. They try to open the door. He's like, does the slowest like crawl to the door while they're trying to like unlock it because he's trying to hit the chain lock so they can't come in.
Yes.
But Helen comes in, she cleans him up, she gives him a shave. She's watching over him. And then the next morning, he repays her by stealing her leopard coat. And yeah.
Wow.
Which is very symbolic. Again, I'm a sucker for that kind of
the Mobutu run.
But he takes it and he goes to the pawn shop because it's no longer Yom Kippur and they're open again.
Right.
Yeah. And he goes to sell the coat and she runs into him after that. After he has just like pawned the coat. And again, like I think there's like such a great symbolism there on like he is effectively trying to like drive a dagger through the heart of the relationship by selling this thing which is very meaningful and important to her.
Yeah.
The thing that essentially like brought them together with the coats. And she's just like, all I want is my coat back. Like, screw you. Like this, clearly this is how it's going to be. But my coat? And then he's like, whatever, coat's in there. And then he leaves. And then she finds from the pawn shop owner this is like, again, this is all this also spiraling, getting very dark. He didn't trade the coat for money. He traded it for like his gun, which he had pawned a while back, which signals like this is kind of where he's at and what's he going to do. It goes back to his apartment. He's writing his suicide note and he's about to do it until Helen then shows up. Yeah. And again, she's like, she doesn't say it obviously, but she knows that the gun's there. She's like looking for the gun. There's a great shot. Like he puts the gun in the sink. You can like see it in the mirror. Very cool shot. Some would say. But yeah, she sees the gun and he doesn't know that she sees it, so she tries to distract him with drinking. Again, like it's her rationale. It's like, rather you be drunk than dead.
Yeah, she's like, come on, let's have a
drink.
I'll split one with you.
Yeah. So she goes for the gun. He actually gets it back and tries to, I was like, he's not going to shoot her, is she? Is he going to be crazy? But she tries to talk him down. And then what kind of breaks us up is Nat shows up with Don's typewriter. He gives it back to him. And then Helen is essentially able to talk him down. And she really convinces him to like write his way out of it. And it actually ends on a really not happy, but more uplifting note than I ever expected when watching this movie. Yeah. Like it kind of ends with his idea that he would be able to actually get out of it and beat his addiction, write a story, which again is literally what happened in real life.
Yeah. This is a very recursive movie.
Yeah.
Like the story is about the story.
Totally. And honestly, like I will say, like I was like, I don't know how I feel about this ending, but then I read that it happened in real life and I was like, okay, like I can get behind this a little bit more. Because watching it I was like, there's no way this feels satisfying unless he like dies or ends up alone.
Yeah.
Well, what does happen after the fact? Do we know? Like
in real life?
Yeah.
So he gets sober, he writes the book, like it's very successful. He actually gets married to this woman who was like a magazine writer, which means like this was so like actually autobiographical, which is so interesting. They have kids, they live together for a while. It is, I believe, I'd have to look this up again, like kind of an idea that he may have been closeted or gay or bisexual in some sort of way. Whoa. I think he lives, as a functioning or like, non-drinking alcoholic for a long time, but he does ultimately decades later relapse and die from alcoholism. But like not like it's like 20 years or so after that. So obviously after the events of the movie, which is still really sad. Yeah, obviously. But yeah, like you said, it's almost recursive in the way that it's about itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the events of the movie. Like again, weirdly like uplifting. Like he ends up like essentially getting the girl, and the implication is he might be okay. Again, I didn't know how it was going to earn an ending like that.
True.
I felt that it, we'll see.
Wraps it up really quickly.
It does wrap it up quite quickly,
yeah.
For sure. It's a very unrelenting movie. That is for certain. I like felt that right when it started. I was like, this is going to be very just dark the whole time.
Yeah, when we first read the log line of this movie, I was kind of expecting something a little bit more, even like a little screwball-y kind of. It was like, I was surprised.
Yeah.
I just wanted a mattress thrown out a window. I wanted a Mike Tyson tattoo on his head. I wanted Ken Jeong to pop out of a trunk and say, "What's up, player?"
Anyway, speaking
not
of the,
that kind of movie.
Speaking of The Hangover, I can talk about the Oscars. Famous Oscar darling, The Hangover. But no, this was another year without major Oscar drama. Maybe attributed to the high post-war spirits in America. There was no more belt-tightening, no more worldly concern, just a return to the glitz, glamour, furs, and feelings that the Oscars always brought. As we know, The Lost Weekend was a winner, took home picture, actor, director, and screenplay, so another top 3 sweep, the added bonus of an acting award. This is something I haven't mentioned recently, but the past 4 picture winners have also taken home both directing and screenplay. How Green Was My Valley was the last winner to miss a screenplay win, and Rebecca was the last one to lose Best Director.
Interesting.
So it's like been a good run of the winners dominating, at least like these major top line awards. The Lost Weekend also picked up, non-winning, but nominations for score, editing, and cinematography, all of which I thought were really good in this movie. Milland was a single-time nominee, so we won't see him again. He seemed equally flabbergasted with his win, as you mentioned. Ingrid Bergman asked if he was nervous when she handed him the Oscar, and it was all he could do to smile and nod. But the same could not be said for Joan Crawford. She was the Best Actress winner for Mildred Pierce. She retreated to her home under claims of having a flu, when it was more likely to be, what if I lose itis? But
nice.
she would actually do this like a lot, which is kind of funny. But upon her win, reporters rushed her house, finding her waiting patiently with her director, which is Casablanca's Michael Curtiz, and the head of her fan club, all ready to answer questions.
Okay.
So we love the drama.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But as always, of course, there were 4 other nominees in Best Picture. First was Anchors Away, full-color comedy musical starring a 30-year-old Frank Sinatra opposite Gene Kelly.
Yeah. I did see that.
They're a pair of sailors trying to help a movie extra become a big star.
Pass.
Next was Spellbound, a Hitchcock flick starring his crush, Ingrid Bergman.
Wow.
Smash both the movie and Ingrid.
Yeah, she is a psychiatrist protecting the identity of an amnesia patient accused of murder, played by a young Gregory Peck.
Okay, love that.
Yeah. Then Mildred Pierce, the aforementioned nominee, which got Joan Crawford her Best Actress win. That is a noir about a restaurant-owning girl boss whose second husband dies under mysterious circumstances.
Pass.
And then lastly was a movie we are somewhat familiar with. Easy smash for you, Sarah. This is The Bells of St. Mary, the direct sequel to Going My Way.
Is Father Fitzgibbon in it?
No.
Pass.
But this time Father O'Malley goes to a Catholic school and sparks up another friendly rivalry with Sister Mary Benedict, played by, in her second Best Picture nominee this year, Ingrid Bergman.
Oh, I'm smashing.
Yeah. Again, like you said, neither Barry Fitzgerald nor Tony Scapone had cameos in this film, which is so sad. But a character did get to play baby Jesus, according to
Fuck
IMDb.
yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Bing Crosby, he would become the first ever actor to be nominated twice for playing the same role. Weird. Different years.
Weird.
Last thing. This is more for Drew and all the cinephiles out there, but you can appreciate it too, Sarah.
We'll see.
It's not Oscar history per se, but this is bonus content. This award year, 1946, marked the first ever Cannes Film Festival.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be our second podcast when we go through all the Palme d'Or winners.
You mean con?
Yeah.
Con.
Yeah.
Isn't that the one where they all give like 12-minute standing ovations?
Yes, it is.
I hate it.
But yes, now it's a fixture.
They'll
in
also
award
screen
season.
like a Fast and the Furious movie there sometimes.
Totally.
So Joaquin Phoenix was given a 40-minute class. It's like, who fucking cares? They all get long ones.
But guess what?
Chicken butt.
The Lost Weekend was one of many films in competition, as well as one of the 11 films to be simultaneously honored with the first ever Grand Prix.
Wow.
Yep. So there was no Palme d'Or.
Yeah, that wasn't
this
a
year
thing yet.
Yep, it wasn't a thing yet. They would actually go back and forth on like whether or not it was a thing. Like it was a Grand Prix was the main prize, then it was the Palme d'Or, and they went back and forth. They all shared the big award in that first year, but it does make The Lost Weekend to be one of the 4 movies that technically won both the big prize at Cannes as well as the Best Picture.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are the other 2? Honora's one.
We'll find out.
But I actually saw this recently.
Honora, Parasite,
and
and then one in the 50s.
Bridge on the River Kwai?
It's not.
Okay.
You would never guess it, honestly.
It's fucking Gigi.
Nope. Ray Milland would also win the inaugural Best Actor award at Cannes. So, clearly this movie was more than just like one of the many not honorees for the Grand Prix. It was like given more love at the festival. But I think it's very cool. It won the big awards at both these, the Oscars and this big film festival. It deserved.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm thinking of those other movies, and honestly, this is the most unique picture we've seen, I think, just in terms of like the story and the tone, and I think it's like the biggest left turn that we've seen.
Yeah.
From like the usual, subject matter.
It felt very like artistic.
Yes, it felt artistic, and it had like a clear message, which these award shows tend to like. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by how weird of a choice this was.
Totally. Yeah, it's one I've been wanting to watch for a very long time. is just interested what the POV was on this in the 1940s.
Totally. That part is very interesting.
Yeah. So I would say it felt like a very deserving winner. It was artistic, great acting, great writing, masterclass in visual storytelling. So, you know, I don't know a ton about the others, but it was cool seeing, especially after something like going from Going My Way to this is crazy.
The whiplash I have from Casablanca to Going My Way to Lost Weekend. I'm like, what the fuck is going on in the 1940s here?
But I loved how willing it was to get dark. So I think it's a very cool winner.
It is nice to see, like, I think by the 40s now we're seeing some, like, more interesting choices, and, like, the bench is getting deeper in terms of, like, award-worthy movies, I'm finding. And, yeah, there's just, like, more interesting choices being made by now.
So we all agree. Deserved.
Yeah.
Little brain rot here. What's the Lost Weekend drinking game?
Drink when he drinks.
Drink when he drinks.
Drink when he drinks. Yeah.
That's for sure.
Drink when he drinks. Drink when he lies.
Drink when he lies.
Drink when he nags.
What do you do when she says that's ridic?
Finish your beer.
Yeah, finish your beer. Yeah. Finish your beer when Gloria shows up and says that's ridic. Like, yeah. I'm just thinking of like a The Room style midnight showing of this movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. People throw cigars when the cigar Indian comes on screen.
That's great.
Yeah, everyone shouts "ridic" at the same time that she does. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's funny.
What else? What else could you do for this?
Then Billy Wilder comes out. Thank you for coming to great show.
Oh my god.
Very good movie about alcohol and.
Now, if you just love each other. Have you ever seen a midnight showing of The Room, Sarah?
No. What?
Oh, we don't have enough time to cover
like
that.
is there the movie The Room, and have I seen it at midnight?
Yeah. Have you seen? You know the movie The Room?
No.
So we have just been talking for the last like 30 seconds, and you're just like zoning out because you have no idea what we're talking about. Yes, I was looking at.
There was a butterfly on the bush outside, and I was looking at its wings.
We unfortunately don't have enough time to get into the lore of The Room.
No,
we'll probably force you to watch it.
What year has that come out? We'll make you watch it the same year.
2003.
The same year as $1 Million Baby or Chicago.
No, 2003 was like Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. Anyway, okay. So yes, that's the Lost Weekend drinking game. Don't drink too much, but I guess it's hard not to when you're playing this game.
Yeah.
I'm just saying we should run out of theater.
Oh, by the way, we should be taking an ad break. I believe we have ad for Michelob Ultra.
Yeah, Taste of the Rockies, different brand, but still, we'll just advertise all of them.
Yeah.
All right, final ratings.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
I think I give this one a 3.5. I think it was a very interesting choice for the year. I think it was like like I was saying, it was very left field. It was probably the most like different of the things we've seen. I think it handles it pretty progressively probably for the time. There's obviously like, I think from just like a historical context point of view, this is a very interesting movie to watch. And as Sarah has repeatedly said, there's a lot of great visual storytelling here. Yeah, like it's a very interesting movie and it's executed very well. I don't need to ever sit down and watch this again. Like, I'm just glad I've seen it for the context. That seems like a 3.5 is when you do a solid job with the story you're trying to tell.
You do a solid.
Oh, okay. I'm giving it a 2. Did not have a fun time watching this.
Yeah, it's not a fun time.
I'm never watching it again. I can appreciate the masterclass in visual storytelling, but didn't love it.
Did you not love it because of the way it made you feel?
Yeah, it was just relentless.
Yeah.
And, not to trauma dump on the listeners, but coming from a family of alcoholics, you watch this and it's just like, okay, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Like, some people might appreciate it. I appreciate the progressiveness of it, and I appreciate like that it won Best Picture, and there was like, people were talking about it, but at the end of the day, as a movie, I was just like, it's relentless. It's felt like a loop, which I'm sure was purposeful, but like it was just too much for me. Like, I was sitting there just like, I need Father Fitzgibbon. I need Tony Scapone.
Well, for all we know, Father Fitzgibbon also had a problem with his
No, he
little
didn't.
stash of Irish whiskey.
No, he didn't. Don't talk about him like that.
I'm kidding. I'm not.
Father
trying to paint him for
Fitzgibbon,
you.
thank you. Don't come for him.
Come on, Father. Just another.
Yeah.
We've got to weekend,
Don Burnham goes to the church.
Yeah.
Now
They are both in New York at around the same time.
I think Father Fitzgibbon could fix him.
You could. You're right.
Crossover episode.
Yeah.
I would watch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm giving it a 2.
I think you're right, though. This is also like kind of become an insufferable subgenre nowadays. I think back then this was maybe a little more interesting, but the like subgenre of like especially baity sort of performances. There's always like these movies where it's like someone who's going through like addiction story. It's like it can be a little egregious, I think.
Totally.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm sorry, but I'm not like a cinephile watching movies for like the appreciation of movies. I watch movies for like escapism. And so I've never been a big fan of like depressing, relentless movies because I'm like, been there. I'm not trying to watch it on screen.
Well, y'all aren't ready for this then, probably.
Oh,
This
God.
is like why I watch movies.
Uh-oh.
Rat roll.
I mean, I love movies like that, too.
Yeah.
Like
this is...
something like Climax, for example, is something I love. But I can understand why, you know...
Yeah, I get it. This is my favorite movie that we've watched thus far.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if you could pick up on that vibe, but I adored this movie. I love character studies. Yeah. I love deep dramas. I love unrelenting shit like this.
Yeah.
Like anything where you can just like dig so deep into the character and just like watch them make the wrong decision, understand their psychology, but feel so frustrated watching them do it. All while the dialogue is very good and it looks really nice and there's a lot of cool little directing tricks, even in just such a small story like this. Like it just is the peak of like what it needs to be. It's not the biggest, most flashy movie, but like I fully understood this character by the end of it. I thought the acting was really, really good. This is my first 5.
Whoa!
Oh my God! Do we have like a 5 timers?
Yeah.
This is the first 5.
It is my first. I love this movie. I was always very excited to watch it. So I don't know if it's like those expectations. Like I was very happy it met them, and I'm overglazing it. But like I was locked in the whole time. But I love depressing, unrelenting movies like this. So like I do not watch for escapism. I love like feeling stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I will clarify. I like feeling stuff in movies. I like movies that make me cry. I like movies that make me feel things.
Well, but I totally understand. I totally understand your POV.
It's like Manchester. It's like Manchester by the Sea. It's like I appreciate, but I'm like,
which is also a 5-star movie for me.
Okay, see, you're just psycho. I'm like, you need help. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
You do not need help. You're fine.
I think you're both right. I'm Arnold Palmering this one.
You are. You legitimately are Arnold Palmering because you are literally in the middle of this. Yeah. We have an average of 3.5.
It's like I like movies with moments. You know, like Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That made me laugh. That made me cry.
Yeah.
But this was just like, oh my God, it made me nauseous.
A beat down.
Yeah, I just felt like he was beating me to death, and it made me nauseous. And I don't know if that was the stomach parasites that I've had for the past 2 days, but I was getting nauseous, and I was like, I can't watch this anymore.
Yeah.
It was the
Does
stomach.
the Parasite want to give its rating?
I don't know. Let's ask him, Colonel.
The Parasite's name is Colonel.
Okay.
He loved it.
All right. Well, next week we go from Wilder back to Wyler. Yes. Our friend who surprised us with Mrs. Miniver gets a chance to go back to the World War II well with another war movie without war. But sadly, set in America and lacking any Best Rose competitions. It's the best years of our lives. It's about veterans who come back home and struggle to readjust to civilian life. It's actually one I've seen prior. Excited to talk about it.
Cheater.